The search continues for a missing mother of three from Massachusetts as her husband sits in jail accused of lying to investigators about her disappearance. No one has heard from or seen Anna Walshe since the early morning hours of New Year's Day. Her husband, Brian Walshe, is in custody accused of lying to investigators about her disappearance and about the timeline, and he has some legal baggage too. Prosecutors are saying that they found evidence of blood and a bloody knife in the couple's basement.
Very nice to be here.
Darren, they say they found evidence of blood. This could be a cleanup job.
Yeah.
They also said they found a knife with blood on it. So, how important are those two things when you look at piecing this disappearance together?
Well, obviously, once they find out it's human blood, and if it's come back to DNA is correct to his wife, then that is huge. I mean, at this point, it's speculation that it even belongs to her. But yes, if it's human blood and it's her blood, then everything he has said about where she's at and things like that obviously is a lie.
And Joe, they've been searching, or at least they were searching on Monday, some type of a trash transport area. It looks kind of like a landfill. I've covered landfill searches before, and they can tell where your trash goes. It's pretty fascinating to me that they keep track, they keep records, these places, of whose trash is dumped in basically what location.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's actually mind-boggling. I've been there a few times, and the details, and they can tell you exactly where something is and what section it is, and it can even go back years. So this is not unusual that they have actually had the location where the garbage was disposed of and what type of evidence could be in it. So yes, I mean, the sanitation department has unbelievable record keeping, better than I've seen in just about any other agency out there.
Also, Darren, it was kind of curious what they claim they found in an affidavit, that there is video of Brian Walshe purchasing tape, duct tape or something like that, $450 worth of cleaning products. I mean, your wife goes missing and you're stopping at the Home Depot to pick up all of this stuff. Powerful pieces of circumstantial evidence when you're trying to piece together what potentially happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see that in a lot of cases, actually, where someone, it's harder to get rid of a body than people might think. And then trying to buy cleaning supplies and things like that. We're in a video world. Everything we do is tracked. Our location is tracked. Everything's on video. And yes, if he's bought that much cleaning supplies, there's a reason why. And again, circumstantial, but really points towards the bad.
Joe, where do you go from here? We have the search of the landfill. It looked like there were some items seized, and obviously they'll look through that stuff, they'll test it. But where do you go from here? CNN is reporting that there were computer searches from Brian Walshe on how to dismember a 115-pound woman's body. Uh, but he's not talking, it appears. He's in jail. He's also accused of basically violating the terms of his, incarceration or his, home detention, because he is awaiting sentencing on a federal crime involving some fake Andy Warhol paintings. So this is a guy who was already in some hot water. But how do we go about figuring out exactly what happened to Ana Walshe?
Well, they're going to continue going down the path of cell phone records, internet records, and video surveillance, right? So they only told us really about the video surveillance that they had of him at the Home Depot. I'm sure there are other types of video surveillance that they have found on him. The next thing that I would do is I would end up going back to the house and the grounds that the house is located on with a warrant and go through the entire place again. Generally, when you have these missing persons cases, you always start with the home and then work yourself out of, out in so much of a circular fashion, just like a rock thrown in a lake, right? The ripple effect kind of thing. So, it wouldn't be unusual if they find her close to the home, right? Unfortunately, right now this is looking more of a recovery operation than an actual, location operation. So, investigators still have their work cut out for them, and I think in the long run, if they go down that road, they might even be able to cut a deal with him and try to get information out of him about where she might be located.
It seems to me, Darren, that looking at what we know so far, and we don't want to convict Brian Walshe, but there are some really bad facts here.